Yo, what's going on, guys? Johnny GB here, bringing you the Week 2 battle of the Pokemon Global League. We're taking on Jacob, as always, and the coach of the Green Bay Pikachus. Now, if you guys are hyped for this battle, go ahead, leave a like on the video, comment your support, and subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon Wi-Fi battling content. Now, you guys see the teams there on the screen. Give you a quick rundown of the team I'm bringing. So we have a Cassie Berry Uxie. This is mostly for AG Slash so that I can paralyze it and so that I can take a hit, set up a Reflect in case he is physical. Decidueye is Roost, Toxic, Spirit Shackle, and Hidden Power Ground. Hidden Power Ground was there for Jirachi and for AG, mostly for Jirachi. There was one other Pokemon that he had, I can't think of it off the top of my head, that I just teched HP Ground on there for, just in case. But Spirit Shackle does help for Jirachi and for Sylveon, two Pokemon that I would like to trap, more so the Sylveon. And also Toxic to wear down the Sylveon, the Kyurem, etc. Then we have Rotom Heat. This is leftovers, defensive. I think it's 200 defense EVs, 56 into special defense. Bold Nature, mostly to take on a physical AG Slash, as well as take on Talonflame. Now this Rotom has Will-O-Wisp, Volt Switch, Overheat, and Pain Split. Then we have our Protean Greninja with Substitute Water Shuriken, Gunk Shot for Sylveon, and Dark Pulse there for the AG Slash. So just standard Protean Greninja set. Then we have Silvally holding the Fighting Drive. This Silvally is Swords Dance, Shadow Claw, Multi-Attack, and Iron Head for the Sylveon. And then we have Landorus, Choice Scarf Landorus, which can clean up late in the game. We're going to hop right into the battle here. Now, wasn't too sure of what he would lead with. Kyurem potentially was a lead. So I just let off my Uxie. I felt like it was my best bet to lead off with. Because he had no hazard removal, and he has a Talonflame, he has a Kyurem. I want my Stealth Rocks up. Kyurem would be taking 25%, Talonflame takes 50%, which pretty much negates its Gale Wings at this point. So he's going to show off Reflect on his Kyurem. Now, this was probably anticipating Mega Metagross to come, because you're going to see he is Reflect and Light Screen. And judging by how long they stayed on the field, I'm guessing they were probably Light Clay Kyurem, which was actually a unique build. I do set up a Reflect of my own. This is a Uxie that we actually brought last week. So pretty much just changed the berry and the EVs around and kept the moveset pretty much the same. Here as he goes out to his Jirachi, I go straight away for the Thunder Wave here, just in case he wanted to switch out or he had some type of offensive variant of Kyurem with the screens. But Thunder Waving the Jirachi helps out here, as I'm just going to go for the U-turn. It's going to do very little because of the Reflect being up. This does give me a free switch into my Landorus here. Now, I wasn't sure what item he'd be. I wasn't really sure what moveset he would be. But he does get paralyzed here. Unfortunately, probably going for the U-turn, as I'm just going to go for the knockoff just in case maybe he's Choice Scarf, Choice Banded, Leftover, a Berry, as it does knock off the Shucka Berry, so he was prepared for this Landorus. He also had Iron Wind, so he also had potentially enough speed to outspeed Landorus at -1. So knowing I don't want to take another Icy Wind, he has Reflect up, I'm just going to bring back Landorus, go out to my Rotom because Rotom has a very good matchup this game, considering my opponent has a Talonflame, Jirachi, AG Slash, Beware. Rotom just worked out very well. Now I go for the Volt Switch. I forgot he was confused at this point, paralyzed at this point, and I go straight out into my Decidueye. Jirachi's at low enough health to where I can trap it and kind of just provide a good, just get rid of it in general, because Jirachi can be a scary mon, but he's shown that he has Icy Wind, U-turn, and Stealth Rock, so only has one move left. It's probably Iron Head. And he's just going to go out to his Kyurem here. Now, I'm specially defensive Decidueye, So, knowing he's probably going to try to get his screens up eventually in this battle, I know I can take one Ice Beam and then roost off the damage here. And that is essentially what I do. He does get the freeze, but I am able to thaw out turn 1. And I go for the Toxic, because this allows me to whittle down this Kyurem. And I believe this is the turn right here that his Reflect does wear out. Now, I know he's going to probably try to get the screens up at the end of this turn. So this gave me a good opportunity to roost up. As you see there, the Reflect does go down. I kind of expected him to reflect on my switch. As I stay in, I get the roost because I want Decidueye still alive to take on the Sylveon. So I get my health back and pretty much full. I know I can take another Ice Beam, but there's no real reason for me to risk that at all. And you're just going to see this Kyurem just taking damage. You're going to see Light Screen worn down. And actually, I roosted again, predicting another Ice Beam. I wanted Decidueye just as much health as I could possibly get him to, because Decidueye can take out the Sylveon. If it's not choice specs, it can 1v1 Sylveon. It's also good there to take out the Jirachi, revenge kill the Jirachi. So here he finally goes to his Sylveon, going to take a little bit of Stealth Rock damage. That's actually good for me because now I can Spirit Shackle this Sylveon so I can Toxic Stall and wear it down. So this Sylveon's going nowhere at this point. And you're going to see he does show the Heal Bell now. During the battle when I played this, I did keep a close count of how many Heal Bells he was going for. Now the next, I don't know, probably about 15 turns is going to just be something similar to this, where you're going to have a Toxic, Heal Bell, Wish, Roost, Hidden Power Ground, Stall, essentially. Pretty much just trying to get him to admit defeat, that his Sylveon cannot 1v1 the Decidueye set that I have. Having HP Ground instead of U-Turn actually benefited in the later parts of this Stall War because of the damage output. Or not the damage, being able to keep Sylveon trapped in there. Because once Decidueye gets pulled back out, he is free to switch his Sylveon, save it for later, and Heal Bell the rest of his team, which I do not want. I want him to be taking damage consistently. So here I go for the Spirit Shackle. Again, hoping it would kill, and I forget the Reflect is still up. He goes for the Heal Bell at the right time, and gonna get all his HP back. So this is pretty much what it goes on for about, I want to say, we'll skip about 6 turns ahead here. So we're just going to skip ahead real quick. We're going to skip 6 turns into the future, as this battle still will be going on. Just a really long part of this battle. Thankfully, this battle was not live recorded because it took a good 25 minutes off the timer. Just this section of the battle here. And again, we're just still at this Stall War that... I'm trying to think of how long exactly this thing lasted. You know, let's skip to like turn 30. We'll just go to turn 31. That's where we're going to skip ahead to. So it was just the longest part of the battle was dealing with this Wish Stall Toxic War, which thankfully in the end Decidueye is able to pick off the Sylveon, as he only had 1 Heal Bell left, so eventually this Sylveon was going to die to Heal Bell in the end. And him losing Sylveon was actually very good, because now he no longer has a Wish Passer for his AG Slash. As still Toxic War. So let's skip ahead 5 more turns, turn 36. Sylveon being gone gives him no Wish Passer for his AG Slash, Beware, or his Kyurem. Gives him no Heal Bell for his Kyurem, Beware, Talonflame, anything that can be statused at this point in the game, because I still do have Thunderwave Uxie, I have Will-O-Wisp Rotom, I have Toxic Decidueye, so in the end, him losing Sylveon really just hurt his impact in the battle. At that point, you guys still see the stall war still going on. You know what, we'll just pick it up from right here. He was using Protect to try to scout out and ultimately just get rid of my Toxics, which, I mean, it was a sound strategy, and took me a few times for me to actually catch on that he was using Protect to scout for Toxic, and I had a plethora of Hidden Power Grounds still left, so I was able to finally just play around the Protect when he would use Protect, so that I can just start wearing down his HP, and just trying to take out this Sylveon because I want him to stop healing. I don't want him heal belling, wish passing to any of his Pokemon, because AG Slash at full HP is actually a threat. Now, I believe this is when he finally just admits defeat, is right around here, as I'm just going to go for another Spirit Shackle here to do about 30% to this Sylveon. Roughly about 30%, and he just goes for his last Heal Bell. At this point, I do outspeed. He could Protect, but he does not have leftovers, which at the time I was actually a little confused on why he didn't have leftovers for a little bit extra recovery. But at this point, Spirit Shackle kills it. Sylveon will be gone. I don't have to worry about it anymore. This stall war, after 25 turns, finally ended, and the rest of the actual battle can continue. He goes to Hasselmon, which is his Talonflame, and Hellsmon, and that takes 49% to rocks. He goes for the Will-O-Wisp at this point. I was really just sacking off my Decidueye at this point. I really didn't need it for much because of it doing the job it needed to do in taking out Sylveon. But Will-O-Wisp shows that he probably has a good bit of defense investments instead of speed into his Talonflame. And now here he's just going to take out the Decidueye with the Brave Bird, take a good amount of recoil. But again, Decidueye did what it needed to do. Took out the Sylveon, and just provided pressure on my opponent's team. Just pretty much got rid of a good Cleric. And allows, I believe it's Landorus Therian to come in and revenge kill this. Oh, I go Rotom. Never mind. I do go Rotom here because I do take it out with a Volt Switch at this point. But he does show Roost. I did not speed invest my Rotom, but at this point, speed investment really doesn't matter when you're going against something with base 126 speed. I am able to Volt Switch to do a good amount and go straight into my Landorus Therian. My Choice Scarf Landorus Therian. I do have Stone Edge on this Landorus, so he could risk going into AG Slash and taking an Earthquake, or he just ultimately sacks off his Talonflame, which is what he does here, as I do connect the Stone Edge, so currently we're up 5-4. Sacking it off is probably the best play because next time it comes in, it's at like 1%. So it's in a tough spot at that point. Here comes the AG Slash now. I did have Uxie, which at this point, I mean, Uxie had done its job. It got the Stealth Rocks up. It crippled the Talonflame. Now I can just use it as fodder at this point. He's going to go for Shadow Ball, showing that he has special AG Slash, and I am able to get the Kasib Berry so that I can take less damage from the Shadow Ball. He does get the special defense drop, which is okay because at this point I am just going to be sacking off my Uxie. I'm just going to click Thunder Wave one last time, just in case he potentially has Shadow Sneak, and I can sneak in a para there, because Shadow Sneak can revenge kill my Landorus. But there's the Shadow Ball. There goes Uxie, so that will be the end for Yuxi. Did what it needed to do, came in, paralyzed something, and got the Stealth Rocks up. That's all it needed to do. Now in comes Rotom. I'm just going straight away for the Overheat here, as he's going to go Jirachi. No, I go for the Will-O-Wisp here. Or Pain Split. I know I burned the Rachi at one point. I go for the Pain Split, get 1 HP back. This point doesn't really matter. He has no screens up. And I got a feeling eventually here he's going to try to get screens up so that he can potentially come back and win the game. So here comes Lambo, the Kyurem. It's going to take the 25% for rocks, but I go for the Overheat here. I want this thing gone. Jirachi would have died to Overheat, and Kyurem definitely will die to Overheat. So Rotom going to pick up its first kill of the season. We're up now 4-3, I believe, as he has Beware, Aegislash, and Jirachi left. So here he goes out to A-Rod, the Aegislash, in Blade form, or in Shield form, and he's going to go for an attack here. Does he not go for an attack? He goes for the stance change, yes, and then he does get parried here, I believe. I know he gets parried in one of these 2 turns. He goes for the Shadow Ball. Since we do have some special defense investments, I can take it. He does get another Sped Def drop on the Shadow Ball, which is okay for me. This is the turn he does get paralyzed, though. So he's going to be trying to go for the King Shield, making sure his Aegislash can take an Overheat. But he does unfortunately get paralyzed, and Rotom is able to take out the Aegislash with a critical hit. I'm not sure whether the crit mattered at that point because it was an attack form and its defenses, I believe, are base 50 when it is in its attack form, or blade form. So he goes out to Brother, the Beware. Now, Beware does not like overheats at all. So I'm just going to go straight ahead, burn it first, because Beware can hit like a truck. I did not want to be hit by any of its moves. Here he's going to go for the double edge, so thankfully it did burn, because I think without the burn, I don't think Rotom takes that well at all. So we're going to get the HP back. He's going to take 6% to burn damage, which really in this meta is not even much anymore. And he's going to withdraw his Beware, go out to his Jirachi. He's going to take a little bit from Stealth Rocks, and I'm just going to go straight for the Pain Split. I was trying to get a little bit more HP back from the Beware, so that I could maybe take on maybe an Ancient Power Jirachi just by chance. But that was not the case. He's just going to go for the Iron Head here, try to get a flinch, and does not get the flinch here. I'm going to end up burning the Jirachi, so the Iron Heads are not doing as much. And ultimately just go for the overheats at this point. That's all I can do. The burn actually helps put Jirachi in possible range of KOing at -4. He's going to go for another Iron Head, going to do 4 damage. And I'm just going to go for the overheat, take out Jirachi. Rotom now with 3 kills this game. And that's the second overheat critical hit. So at that point, when it's the critical hits, the stat drops are not mattering. And he's going to go out to his Beware here, going to take Stealth Rock damage again. And here's another unfortunate thing. I do get the critical hit on the burn after this Pain Split. So I'm able to gain a great amount of HP because Beware does have a great HP stat. He's going to go for a double edge, so he's going to take recoil here. He's going to take burn damage, which puts it in range of maybe being 2-shotted by overheat at -6. Because of Fluffy, he does take, I think it's 30% extra to fire attacks. But Rotom going to go for the overheat and does get the critical hit, as Rotom will pick up 4 kills this game. Good game, Jacob. I'm Very sorry about the critical hits there at the end. Also, the para on the AG slash, that one, I think really helped determine whether my end of the game could be won. But the Oregon Duckletts now advance to 2-2, or not 2-2, 2-0 in the Pokemon Global League. Next week we'll be taking on Max Rapture, so keep an eye out for that. But if you guys enjoyed this battle, minus the stall, go ahead, leave a like on the video, comment your support, and subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon videos. But with all that being said, guys, I am Johnny GB, and I'm out.